For reading groups today, we read a book called Everybody Works because we're talking about jobs this week. This was written by Shelley Rotner and Ken Chrysler, two authors, and the photographs were taken by Shelley Rotner. Everybody Works. Everybody works in different ways. Let's see, we have somebody who's working in a store. We have some Navy sailors, a dentist. This looks like a man who works at a preschool or child care. And then we have some garbage men, some trash collectors. Work is caring and protecting. They highlighted our special word and look, we have a teacher reading, or maybe a daycare worker reading, a doctor, firefighter, police officer, and a veterinarian taking care of animals. Work is delivering and selling. Some jobs you sell things like this man in the market. Some jobs you sell things like that man who's selling watches in the jewelry store. And sometimes you deliver things like that mail carrier. Work is creating. Some people play and create music. Some people paint. Artists paint, sell pictures. And building and fixing. Construction workers, bike repair. Some people make things. This man over here is a welder. He's putting things together using metal and melting it, using hot fire to melt it together. Then you have a woodworker and somebody who is crocheting and sewing, knitting. Some people grow things or cook the food we eat. We've got farmers growing the food, bakers baking things, chefs. Some work in an office, and some work at home. Others work outside. She's catching lobsters. He's mowing the lawn. Or they travel from place to place. A delivery man. Oh, that's not a delivery man. I'm sorry. That's a train conductor. He helps to drive the train. And then we have a school bus driver. Their job is to take people from place to place. Some work to earn money, or they volunteer for free. They don't work for money because they are needed. Got a dog walker, a painter, looks like a nurse, a teacher, or a tutor, crossing guard. So many different jobs. Sometimes work is a hobby, just for fun. Playing soccer can be hard work, but also fun. Playing the piano, making things out of wood. Children work too. You do chores, you do schoolwork. Some kids have a small job like delivering papers. Even animals work. That horse is working to pull that carriage around. That dog helps that lady who is blind to see where she's going and to be safe. And that bee is spreading the pollen and going to probably make some honey. Everybody works. What about you? You can think about some of the jobs that you do besides being a student at school. Now we're going to read this old fairy tale from Germany called The Elves and the Shoemaker. Once upon a time, there lived a poor shoemaker and his wife. Do you see where they highlighted our new word and? They had just enough leather for one pair of shoes. Tonight I will cut the leather, said the shoemaker. In the morning I will sew the shoes together. The next morning the shoemaker and his wife found a beautiful pair of shoes on the workbench. Where did those come from? A customer liked the shoes so much that he paid twice the price. The shoemaker used the money to buy more leather. The next morning he found 2 pairs of shoes. Who is helping us? The shoemaker and his wife wondered. Let's stay up tonight, said the shoemaker's wife, and they hid and they waited. At midnight, 2 tiny elves tiptoed inside. They were dressed in tattered clothes and wore no shoes. The elves made beautiful shoes. Then they tiptoed out of the workshop. We must help these kind elves. I will make them some warm clothes, said the shoemaker's wife. And I will make them each a pair of fine shoes, the shoemaker replied. That night they put the presents on the workbench. They hid and waited. At midnight the elves tiptoed into the room. They laughed with delight. They put on their new clothes and shoes and danced right out the door. The shoemaker and his wife lived happily ever after. So these elves were doing something so kind for the shoemaker and his wife. They were making beautiful shoes for them to sell, and then they could use that money to get more leather to make more shoes for people. So the shoemaker and his wife decided to do something kind in return, and they made clothes and shoes for the elves. One more story. This story is a fable. That's like a fairy tale, called The Lion and the Mouse. One day a tiny mouse scampered across a sleeping lion's back. Roar, you woke me up. I will eat you, said the lion. Please don't eat me, cried the mouse. Let me go and I will help you someday. How could you help me? Laughed the lion. I may surprise you, said the mouse. The lion let her go. One day the lion went to look for food. Whoosh! A huge net dropped over him and scooped him up. The lion roared, I'm trapped! Who will help me? All the other animals nearby ran away in fear, except the tiny mouse. I will help you, said the mouse. How can you help me? Roared the lion. You're so small. I may surprise you, said the mouse. The mouse climbed into the net and chewed the ropes with her sharp little teeth. She chewed a big hole in the net. The lion was free. You did surprise me, said the lion. I laughed at your tiny size, but you helped me anyway. I have learned that even the smallest animal can help the greatest animal. Thank you. And the lion and the mouse remained friends for life. I like those stories about kindness, helping one another. Okay, the next activity we're going to do is some sorting. I have some words here and some pictures. These are different jobs, but I need to sort them. Do they go in school, farm, or home? Let's see what our jobs are. The first one says farmer. Is that something you do at school, on a farm, or at home? On a farm. So I'm going to put farmer in the farm group. So I'm sorting these words and putting them in the right group. The next one is gardener. A gardener is gardening maybe flowers or maybe vegetables. So that's something you do at school, on a farm, or at home usually. Usually at home. So I'm going to write gardener under home. All right, the next thing we have is a teacher, just like me. A teacher teaches in a school. She doesn't usually teach on a farm or at home. Sometimes she does, though. Sometimes she has to teach at home. Teacher. Usually she teaches in a school. Okay, we did 3. We only have 3 more. Janitor. Janitor is somebody who does the cleaning and fixes things. Is that going to go in school, farm, or home? School. So now we have both of our words for school, teacher and janitor. We need one more for farm and one more for home. Let's see, babysitter. Does a babysitter work on a farm or in a home? In a home. All right, so we have one word left. Apple picker. One job left. Apple picker, that would be on a farm. So I'm going to write apple picker. And now we've sorted all of our jobs. Let's see them again. So at a school, we have a teacher and a janitor. Those are 2 jobs at a school. On a farm, we have a farmer and an apple picker. And then at home, some jobs are gardener or a babysitter. Thanks for helping me to sort those jobs, friends. In your red folder, you will find this page. You're going to work on this page for a word and. You trace it. You're going to write it 3 times, all lowercase letters. Color it. Find it. And then you're going to match the picture with the letter sound. D, dog, A, apple, N, necklace. So you can color the pictures and cut them out and glue them in the right spot. Then you have this activity, pumpkin pie first sounds. You have all of these different pieces of pie here with a letter on them. And we know that each letter makes a special sound. So then what you're going to do is you're going to match the whipped cream to the pie. Let me take out another page here to show you. So you can see on this page we have all these different whipped creams, and they each have a picture on them. You can color the pictures, you can color the pie, and you can match what sound they make. So like igloo is going to go with this pie for letter I, And let's see, hat is going to go with H, pie. So you color, you cut them all out, and you match them up. Now, you can also put them in a baggie or an envelope and save them, because you can play this game over and over again. And here is the cover that you can put on the envelope or the baggie. Pumpkin pie first sounds.